Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. You have reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, I hope you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. And if you like the video, that would really help me out a lot. And share the video with your friends and family. So thank you for stopping by today. Today I'm going to talk about a show that I absolutely love. It's called Ready to Love on the OWN network, the Oprah Winfrey Network. You can probably also catch these episodes on YouTube, or if you have any cable service, you can probably on demand it. It's a really good show, and this is their third season. And the season has come to an end, and they're actually doing the reunion shows right now. So reunion part 1 played Friday, and reunion part 2 will play next Friday. I'll probably talk more to you about the reunions after they have reunion part 2 next week. I'll hop on and give you a quick video about how I felt about reunion part 1 and part 2. Today, I just want to get you interested in the show if you have not seen it yet, or if you have. We have some things to chat about, and you can tell me how you feel down in the comments. I do check the comments when I have the opportunity. So to give you a little background on the show, it kind of has like that bachelorette or bachelor feel if you watch any of those episodes, or you're into that series, but it's a little bit of a different spin on it. The whole cast is African American. The couples are, well, the singles, I'm gonna say, are in their 30s and 40s, and it's like, are you ready to love? Almost like not a last chance, I'm gonna kind of say, but you've been through it all, and here you are, you did the work on yourself, and now you're coming to this platform ready to love. Not ready to play any games, but ready if the opportunity presents itself and you find the right person, you are ready to love. So they bring 10 eligible bachelors, which are the men, and they bring 10 females, and they all come to this resort, and you don't pick who you want in the beginning. You kind of do like this round robin dating throughout the whole season. But I guess the catch to it all is at the end of every episode, 1 week the men get together and they vote one female off, and then the next week all the women get together and they vote one male off, and it kind of flip flops like that until they get to the end. And the hope of the show is that at the end they have at least 3 couples that have found love, so to speak. So this is their third season. I watched both seasons. Like I said, it's interesting. It's not really any different too much from these other dating shows. I guess the only difference is the way they eliminate people, and I guess the way that the couples or the individuals kind of date each other until they find who they have a real connection with. So this particular season was pretty interesting. They had a lot going on, where in the previous season no one actually dropped out as much. This season we had a lot of people that had to drop out, and they left for different reasons, and we'll get into that in a few. But like I said, the idea is not that you drop out, that each week you either get voted off because all the men or all the women that are still there feel like they couldn't make any real connection with you. So again, I told you the host is Tommy Miles, and he's been married for years, so he was a great, to me, pick to be the host of this show. This is their third season, and as stated, they have 10 single females and 10 males come together and to see like who will connect and who will be their 3 couples at the end. I will tell you this season, because of everything that went on, they only ended up with 2 couples. There were a lot of what I guess I'm a label, for lack of a better word, entanglements. There was a lot of things that surprised me, in the sense that people know they're being filmed and they still act crazy or don't tell truths. And it's like, if you know you're being filmed and you're still not telling the truth, like, good my, what can we expect from you when no one is looking, if when people are looking, you're still not being truthful and honest. It's just crazy to me. So I'm not going to give you every cast member name because, of course, some of them were voted off at the very beginning because someone has to go at the very beginning. And so you didn't really get to see their whole character or, what would have become of them on the show because, like I said, they got voted off in the beginning. But I'm going to tell you about one of the, I guess, I'm going to say threesomes, for lack of a better word, was one of the cast members. His name was Calfani, nice looking man, and almost every female on the show kind of wanted him. We have another guy named Rashid, again, very nice looking man, and we have Adriana. So that's the threesome there. And Adriana, a very pretty female, and she was dating both of them and trying to figure out who she had the stronger connection with. The problem I had with that threesome, and listen, on the show, this is what you're there for. You're not there to immediately just connect with one person and never speak to anyone else on the show. So I give her that credit that yes, you gotta, date around and just see who you have the stronger connection with. But what made me so upset with her is towards the end, when she clearly knew she wanted Calfani over Rashid, instead of her being truthful and honest and just saying, you know what, Rashid, Calfani is the one I really want. To me, in a lot of ways, she just played Rashid out to the very end. And then at the 11th hour, she was like, okay, I don't want you. I want to go with Calfani. Even though in my heart of hearts, I felt like she knew way before she told Rashid that she did not want to get with him. But that was Adriana. That's what she did. And I guess, when you come on a show like this, you open yourself up to so many things and you have to take the good with the bad. But I'm sure as a result of this show, and I think that's a good part for everyone on the show, I think just the exposure of being on the show, that Rashid is going to be fine. And I'm sure plenty of people has shown him love, after seeing the show. So I'm sure he won't be single for long. So good luck to Rashid. So then we had, I guess, a foursome. It was Joy, very beautiful woman. It was Winter, another beautiful woman. And it was Simone, equally as gorgeous. And then it was the one guy, Jay. So they all kind of fell for Jay. But again, it could only be one of them with Jay at the end. Well, let me say this about Joy. Joy, unfortunately, she had to leave the show early, and it was so sad that during filming, she found out that her sister passed. May her sister rest in peace. So, of course, Joy had to stop the process and leave. Well, at that particular moment when she stopped the process and she had to leave, Jay decided that he too would leave and go support Joy in everything that she was going through because he felt a strong connection with Joy. So, fair enough, he decided to leave. So at that point, you have another two people that, removed themselves from the show. In the circumstances, you can totally understand. The only thing I had a problem with Jay with, Jay left a lot of collateral damage behind. And you would say to me, well, Cheryl, this is what they come for. They come to just date and just to see, who they connect with. And that's who is going to be together at the end. Well, the problem I had with Jay is that he was kind of playing Winter. And I love her name, and I love the way she spells it too. She spells it Winter. I just think it's gorgeous. But he was kind of playing Winter. He kept telling Winter, you're at the top of my list. And of course, with filming and editing, we always saw that kind of he was, with Winter, and we don't know what capacity, but talking to Winter at the wee hours in the morning, late at night. So he seemed to have this close relationship with Winter. We'll never know how far it did or did not go, but Jay was telling people out in the open, one thing about Winter, and then behind the scenes with Winter, he was doing a whole different thing. And my thing is, guys, and to everyone, okay, fine, go in this show. Yes, we know this is what you're here for, you're dating, but don't play someone out, and then really don't play them out when you're being filmed. And you have to have a little bit of common sense here with these shows and say to yourself, even when they say cameras off, the cameras are not really off. So they had footage of them like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning where they were just always together talking. But in the end, he did not choose Winter. He chose Joy. And I think Winter took it, like an adult, which is wonderful. She took it like an adult, but at the end of the day, I do think she was hurt. She was one of the couples at the end with another guy, not Jay. But in my mind, he was the consolation prize. He was second. And he was second only because she knew at that point Jay had left the process and he was out of the picture. And then we have Simone. So Jay kind of was playing the same game with Simone, and but all the women thought like Simone is crazy. Like, Simone is like making this stuff up about Jay and Jay wanting her and whatever the case may be. But of course, at the reunion, they saw some footage and they're like, all right, so Simone, she's still a little crazy, but she's not as crazy as we thought, because when you see the footage, you can understand why Simone felt the way she felt about Jay and thought that they had some type of connection too. So I think the thing that Jay could have done differently on this show was date everybody, but be open about it and don't try to play people behind the scenes, especially when a camera is rolling and they're always gonna have footage. So he was sitting at the reunion on the couch next to Joy. The relationship, time will tell, part 2 will tell, it didn't seem like they were still together, because I think Joy seen some footage that she didn't know about during the show, of course, and she has a different perspective and understanding about Jay now. So I can't wait to part 2 of the reunion to see, if Joy and Jay, which is kind of cute, right? If Joy and Jay are still together. So then we had one of the females, her name was Denise. I can't say all the time because I'm single, but sometimes in this case with Denise, I can see why Denise is single. I don't want to do too many spoiler alerts. If you haven't been watching it or you haven't watched it and you're going to watch it for the first time. But Denise is different. She's special. Denise is different. And she's special. And she has a lot going on in her head. And Denise kind of rubbed Rashid the wrong way. Just to give you an idea, you should Google this and go look at the cast for season 3 of Ready to Love. Beautiful cast. But Rashid is tall. He's light-skinned, a nice-looking guy. And Denise just made all of these assumptions about Rashid based upon his look. He wasn't happy about it. I did think it was a little unfair. Also, the things that she said he seems like a narcissist. I mean, she just came up with all these conclusions about him and didn't even get to know him. So he was kind of like emotional about that. But now something that Denise did at the reunion, well, actually, I'll tell you. So at the reunion, it came out that they showed footage where Denise spoke on Joy's behalf once Joyce had to leave because her sister had passed. And she said to the group that Denise said all of this stuff, like saying that she wished all the entire cast well and all of this other stuff. So Joy at the reunion was like, I just have to say this. I don't know where Denise got that from, but I never said all of that to her. And she said, how could I? I was so distraught about my sister that I just left. So I'm not quite sure where Denise got this from. So Denise tried to explain why she made up words that Joy allegedly said. It made no sense. And it made Denise seem a little bit crazy. But I guess that's why we can say Denise, in this case, why Denise may still be single, is because she has a lot going on in that head of hers. But that's Denise. So at the end, where they normally have 3 couples, because this is their 3rd season on, they only ended up with 2, and the 2 were Anthony and Winter. And like I said, I felt like Winter ended up with Anthony, but she kind of, that wasn't her first choice. Her first choice was definitely Jay, but Jay didn't want her. And then Calfani ended up with Adriana, and I can't wait to see if they even lasted, if they were together, because like I said, to me, and Adriana played Rashid out. And I wouldn't be surprised if she did the same thing to Calfani. So it's a great show. I enjoy it. It's one of my pastimes, and it's kind of has a flavor in terms of the dating scenes, like The Bachelor and The Bachelorette. Instead of it just being one person and several guys or girls, competing for that one person's love, they have 10 females, 10 males, and at the end they try to end up with 3 couples, that come about out of that bunch, but it's the connection that those couples make. So Ready to Love, I love it. Like I said, it's at the end of the season. The reunion part 2 comes on this coming Friday, and so I'll come back and talk about both of the reunions together. But you have time to on demand and catch up on all the episodes so that you know what I'm talking about. But once again, Tommy Miles, nephew Tommy, is the host. It's on the OWN network. It's a great show. I love it. And guys, listen, thanks for listening. Stay safe. Talk soon. Hug and love your friends. And always come back to my channel when I upload videos and check them out. Have a good one.